Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth?
Throughout the country, people are fed up indeed. 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. Look, we're going to make it up. We're just watching at some of the stuff in Guyana and watching those brave people on the ground, those brave people. And when I talk about brave people, I talk about those who have your best interest at heart and those who want the best for Guyana and want the best for you, if you know what I mean. All right, the bloated list and all these things. You have been hearing about the bloated list for many years now. You have been hearing about all these problems at GCOM for many years now. You have seen just a handful of people protesting in front of GCOM, trying to force GCOM to correct all of the problems. But now we're going to wait until the last minute to heap everything, and then now to just bundle everything, all of the problems, and then complain now about what should have been complained or should have been fixed 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and all these sort of things. And it happens every elections. And so this makes me now want to sit back and ask, what is the problem? Who is the problem? You can't blame the system, because if the system is corrupt and you keep saying, give the system a chance or ignore the corrupt system, then you don't have anybody else but yourself to blame. Because I'm not directing this to any one individual, but in general, if you see your house, and those of you from the quarantine and other places, if you have wood ants, and we see 2 wood ants right there, but if you have wood ants on your house, on the post of your house, you are going to take bacon, or is it what they call it, or whatever, and you're going to spray what is it, the you are going to spray the insects. You're going to do something, because you don't want wood ants to contaminate your house rotten, and then it falls down. And that's what's going on in Guyana right now. Some people are celebrating the wood ants. And the wood ants, we know who they are. They have destroyed Guyana. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They've had 23 years to make things right in Guyana, and they've wasted their time. They've wasted Guyana's time. They've wasted your time. And so these wood ants now, they're back again to tell you that they won the elections. But I don't know how some of you guys are buying into this about free and fair elections. And again, I say to y'all, don't let anybody, no one, absolutely no one, tell you that this 2025 September 1st general and regional elections were free and fair. Those elections were not. They were rigged. And they were rigged way before September 1st. Now, there might be some folks trying to paku you. And I know as Guyanese, you're not going to take pakuin from anybody, whether Guyanese or whether from Suriname or wherever they're from. You are not going to take pakuing from anyone. You know what I mean? Because you know better. You are there on the ground. You have witnessed this every elections. The same swearing, the same pakuing. And then in 2025, they return with the same script, with some different actors to tell you that they have won the elections. I don't know who they're pakuing, but listen to this. Aubrey Compton Norton wrote to GCOM, Cheer, and it says here in the Village Voice News, Norton calls on GCOM to halt declaration of election results, demands forensic audit. Obviously, it is not going to happen. Mr. Norton can write all he wants. He can go in front of GCOM right now, or anybody, not just Norton. This woman at GCOM is not going to budge. She is reading from a script. She is operating from a script. And that script was placed in front of her months ago. She cannot go against that script. Remember, in 2020, she may have wanted to go against the script when she claimed that the Mohammeds wanted to kill her. Oh, because the Mohammeds, they were all big in the 2020 elections with the PPP. So they know how to do that thing. But after she wanted to, during the 2020 elections, when she was probably contemplating on changing the script and doing what was right then, She was afraid. She was so scared. She complained to folks, maybe folks in the US, who knows? And she complained and she said the Mohammeds wanted to kill her. Oh, yes. The Mohammeds, yep, the same Mohammeds. Nobody addressed this as yet. Nobody asked her whether that's true or not. Because folks in the US and maybe other places, they're aware of what Claudette Singh said about the allegations that the Mohammeds wanted to kill her. And so she held on to that script from 2020 until now. She's still holding on to that script. She cannot deviate. And so when folks jump up early, Monday morning, bright and early, say they're going and vote, the elections results were already decided. The amount of seats were already decided. And the division in the opposition, that was also already decided. Again, that's my opinion. You never know. Could be right. You never know. But Claudette Singh wasn't prepared. She's not going to rule in favor. If she has never ruled in favor from 2020 to now in favor of the opposition, APNU, she's going to do that now at this last minute when the votes are supposedly being counted? No. It can't happen. It's not going to happen. And so Aubrey Norton wasted his ink, wasted his energy writing to GCOM, because that's exactly what she's going to do. Throw his letter in the garbage. And this is what she says. Claudette Singh says that there will be no halting of the declaration of the elections results. There will be no forensic audit, none whatsoever. And therefore, she said to the opposition leader, Aubrey Compton Norton, galang your way. Galang your way. Go to the court. Of course, that's what she's going to say. That's her famous line now. Go to the... You can't do anything, because if Mr. Norton wants to challenge the elections results, I cannot stop the declaration of the results. It is not within the law for me to stop it because Aubrey Norton says to stop it, or somebody tells me to stop it. No, you're not going to stop it to do the right thing. And I think I agree with Aubrey Norton, by the way. But they're not going to have a forensic audit. A forensic audit will open lots and lots of worms, Samantha. Can of worms. Just like in 2020. The corruption was there for the world to see. And so she's not going to agree with Aubrey Norton. If they have a problem with the elections, they can take it to the court by ways of an elections petition. Yes, an elections petition. She's not going to give it up. She is not going to do it. I know bumps already start to raise, bumps raising. Bumps raising, and you know when the bumps raise, they can't take it. They got to cuss up, they got to abuse up. And that's what's going on because the bumps raise. They don't like what they're hearing because the truth hurt. That is why the PPP is afraid of social media. They're afraid of individuals speaking the truth. That is what they are afraid of, speaking the truth. And so they have the police force issuing statements to say that people are not entitled to an opinion. So to say that the elections, 2025 elections were rigged is mischievous. To say that ballot boxes were stuffed is mischievous. No. They're not going to take that right away from me, from expressing myself. No, I'm not saying come downstairs and declare war and punch people out and put them to snore. We're not saying that. We're not doing that. We're not saying let's go to the square of the rep, let's go here, let's have a push. We're not saying that. Anyone is entitled to their opinion. And what I am expressing here is what almost most right-thinking Guyanese would agree with, that the elections were rigged in favor of the PPP. Now, the recount process, some boxes in Region 5, some boxes in Region 4, and all these, nothing from Region 10 and so forth and so on, if you know what I mean, right? All over, maybe the boxes were tampered with. You never know, because lots and lots of monies were spent. Hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars. We saw it. Who were the ones had money to spend, if you know what I mean, right? All right. So in the midst of the counting, here is what caught me by surprise. AFC decided, according to a source, and this is what AFC decided. The AFC wrote to the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, according to a source, and says, "Dear Madam Chairperson Singh, withdrawal from the ongoing recount exercise. We thank GCOM for the opportunity to participate in the ongoing recount exercise. I write to inform you that the Alliance for Change has withdrawn its agents. We will provide further details of our experience in the general and regional elections 2025 at a later date. Sincerely, Nigel Hughes." This is according to a source, mind you. This is what, so while the recount process is going on, the AFC decided that they are going to sneak a letter quickly. They are going to sneak this letter quickly, right, to the Guyana Elections Commission chairperson and pull themselves out. Say, no. Here what happened. We in the recount process thing. Let Apno and others try there. And when I saw this, assuming, my sources are oftentimes your good sources, I'm like, what the heck just happened there? I almost go over to Nigel Hughes' office and say, "Come downstairs, Nigel, come downstairs," right? Because I wasn't overly surprised, but I was like, in the midst, here is a letter from AFC writing to the Guyana Elections Commission's chairperson to say that we thank you, GCOM. We thank you, GCOM, for the opportunity to participate in the ongoing recount exercise. I write to inform you that the Alliance for Change that used to exist has withdrawn its agents. Well, you don't have as used to exist here. I put that in, right? Dominic Blair is like, the deputy mayor of Linden is like, really? Oh, yes. You guys have a lot to learn about elections. Y'all have a lot to learn. Y'all can understand, if these elections do not open your eyes so that you guys can understand how you are being played. Played. Thank you, Jesus. I know the spell. You guys are being played all around. You guys are being played, taken advantage of. And then at the end of elections, y'all get basket to fetch water. Give Joylyn a basket and bring a basket of water there, Joylyn. Right, Joylyn? Savage, Roxanne Haywood, Teresa Sandiford, bring a basket, right, Audrey Brown? A basket of water. So while the people are busy, Apno and others, busy trying to correct and expose the corrupt PPP regime, guess what? Nigel, they ducked through the side door and they're gone. By the time you're looking for help, Lou Peterkin, them in there, the AFC gone. They're gone. They're beat out. When y'all see the AFC guys, y'all tell them, come downstairs. Come downstairs, because they gone sleeping. They're probably snoring by now. And so that's just to show you guys what's happening in Guyana, what happens during the course of elections. And when people come around you and hug you up and they embrace you and they tell you they love you, And elections time, vote for them because they're going to do this for you. They're going to change your pampers. They're going to change your diapers. They're going to change your napkin. They're going to bring tissue for you blow your nose. They're going to carry you to a dentist. Oops, sorry. They're going to carry you right to a dentist. I almost got a toothache right away there. Right? They're going to carry you to the vet. They're going to carry you all over. They're going to tell you how much they love you. They're going to want to kiss your baby. They're going to want to kiss you too. They can shake your hands. They don't care how you smell. They don't care how you look. Every one of them love you come elections time. Oh, you are so. How you doing? How Auntie Waveney doing, man? I got to come around and check y'all, right? But after the election's done, we a little busy here now, man. Yeah, right? Here, I'll give you a sweet drink. It's my cousin from Victoria. Oh, Father. How are you guys doing? It's Friday night. I don't know how long to stick around with you guys for tonight because my brother got things to do too. Even during the course of elections, up to now I ain't cut my hair. Up to now I ain't cut it, but I don't know. I probably left it right there, man. Let it grow. Like the problems of Guyana, growing and growing and growing. It doesn't get any better. I noticed the PPP guys, they're dancing to chutney, they're dancing and they're singing. 5 more miserable years for them. 5 more miserable, something like that. All I hearing is miserable 5 more years for them. And if you see how they're doing up themselves, oh, it's when the misery, when the corruption start to hit again. They're going to run to some folks on social media. They're going to run to some activists. They're going to run. They're going to want help. They're going to call. They're going to inbox. They're going to all sorts of things. And you know what? I am going to put on my ringtone on this BlackBerry phone that I got. And when they call and when I see, I know some of them, when I see the number, when they're calling, I got to make sure my ringtone volume turn up loud. 5 more years upon them. You're going to remind them what happened to the 5 more years upon them. You're crying out about blackout. Watch, that crying out going to start 1 week after or 24 hours after Irfan Ali swears in. Because they're swearing him in on Sunday. Tonight, Claudette Singer going to go text her there. She's going to jump on her broom. She's going to jump on her vehicle. Go home. She's going to get some rest. And then tomorrow, they're going to do a little finalization of stuff. And then the chief elections officer, they're preparing the letter to declare the results. And then Claudette Singer going to read it. She's going to put on her glasses. And she's going, oh, okay. Yeah. She got on. They're going to hold she up. They're going to hold your hand up. And she's going to write. Type, just sign this letter quick. And that's it. It's done with. And then Sunday at the Ottachung Convention Center, starting from 10 o'clock. Well, I don't know who's going to give Irfan vehicle this time around. Because, in 2020, the Mohammeds them delivered 2 or 3 bulletproof vehicles for them. If you see them, they're enjoying it. But this time around, they're singing 5 more years upon them. And the people in Mohammed, they're still in the car and peeping them because they get left out from the 5 more years upon them. 5 more years. So who is going to be given Irfan Ali vehicles this time around? Who provided Irfan Ali with, oh no, they had Hicken and those guys, right? Anyways, 5 more years upon them. These guys are something else, right? How are you guys doing? It's 35 minutes after 9 o'clock. My name is Mark Benshop. Hey, guess what? I saw the EU. The EU says European Union elections observer team. They said, and why is it that when these guys go to Guyana and they say something, y'all got to run, y'all got to grab it, y'all got to hold on on it, and y'all got to kiss it up and chat it. Because y'all wait for them to come to tell y'all. So when they say it, it adds some flavor to it, right? It's the truth, right? And that people tell y'all all sorts of things. Oh, this is what needs to be done. This is what needs to be done. This is what you got to do. This is it. This is it. Blah, 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 blah. And we have been saying the same thing to you guys for many, many years, the same thing. When them come and they tell you, hear what they said now. Hear what they said. Trust in DCOM and GCOM eroded. How long now we know it? But these EU people came in a couple days ago, stayed at the Marriott, wherever they stayed at, drive around a little bit and things like that. And then now, after elections, all of them, look, all of them, look, all of them, take a look at them. EU, go on Village Voice or somewhere, take a look at them. EU said trust in GCOM eroded by political influence. Now, if we are to say that, well, I don't give a damn about Hicken and those corrupt police guys. But if we are to say it, if Wayne Caesar is to say it, if, who else? They got the highlighter. I noticed some of the highlighters are over here. They're watching us now. Yeah, they always watch us. They're good people. I like their energy. I really do. The highlighters, them. Asim Shakur is with us as well. Good night, my brother. But let me ask you, if these social media influencers, if they say it, the Guyana police force is going to have problems with it. If activists say it, the Guyana police force is going to have problems with it. So, take for example, if I say right now that the people of Guyana, they have no trust in the Guyana Elections Commission because it's heavily politicized, and there is too much political influence. That dotish guy that heads the Guyana police force, the commissioner, so-called Commissioner Hicken, they're going to issue a statement to say that those of us, and they like to call us opposition this and opposition that, to hell with them. They're not going to like what we're saying. We are the ones who are being mischievous, right? But these people from the EU, maybe because, these people from the EU can say any single thing. Nobody going to challenge it. The guy in the police force can say, yes, massa. Yes, massa. And they're done with it. That's it. Yes, massa. So it took the EU to go to Guyana to sit at a press conference and say, there's no trust in GCOM. It's been eroded by political influence. And then it becomes news. You never heard that from us here on 107.1 FM? You never heard that from Conan Marshall and Asim and all those guys? You never heard that from Theodore Adams? You never heard that from Hollingsworth? Clinton Hollingsworth? You never heard that? You never heard that from Melly Mel? You never heard that from Rickford Burke? You never heard that from Wayne Caesar? You never heard that? You never heard that from Mark Welcome, also known as Mr. Cool, and all these other people? You never heard that? You never heard that from Kadaki? You never heard that from David Hines? You never? Well, if you never heard that, something wrong with all you. But these EU people, they're coming in for a couple days, and they already know all of the problems. They already know what to do to fix the problem. Just a couple days they come in there, and they already know. And it's the same thing and more we have been saying to you guys for years. What happened, man? Like goat bite we? Because, goat bite we? Nothing they have said is new. Absolutely nothing. The influence of the state media by these pakus in the PPP. They're using state resources to campaign. They're using state resources to buy votes. All these things to transport people. How you think people, what's her name, Claudine? By the way, Claudine is my friend, You think Claudine could reach from Georgetown to Linden just like that? And then next thing you know, you see Claudine in Borbies. You see Claudine in Corriverton. Soon you're going to see Claudine in Queens. Just so all these things we have been saying for years, but y'all don't listen to us. Oh, that one is a paku. All some of y'all want to come is just talk dotishness. Oh, this, oh, cuss up, mother bless, mother, get your mother, get your mother, drink some water. Mother, the bedroom carry mother there. Sorry about that. I get a bit carried away, right? It's Friday, and that's what happens sometimes. You know, I don't know. Sometimes when you see the stupidities of people talking, you hear, you just want to tell them come downstairs and put them to sleep. Let us snore, a heavy snore. Sorry about that. Yeah, and so these EU people telling y'all same thing y'all know. Hear what they say. Not just them alone. Jason Carter and those guys from the Carter Center. Hear what they're saying. That certain things and the state resources, and now they're talking about financing of campaign finances. Look how many times we talk about them things. You think guys like folks like Rhonda Lane every single week in front of GCOM. Nobody want to join them. People hardly, they get 5, 6, 7 persons out there. That's it. Nobody want to join them. But now most of them are running down there, say them an open box. They go count. If them in a go in front of GCOM, and look, I'm going to talk it as raw as possible. If them in a go in their numbers in front of GCOM, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, forcing GCOM, fighting GCOM to make the changes in there, there's a high possibility GCOM would not have been able to get away with the sort of rigging that they have. But no, just once a week, couple people, and that's it. How can you get change when you sit back, you become complacent, and you don't fight? You got to put up a political struggle. You got to fight back. You got to expose your opponents then. You got to be on the ready. You got to have regular press conferences. You got to keep them on their feet. You got to keep them on the back foot, so to speak. You got to be aggressive. And that is why we were calling on the 3 commissioners of GCOM, Trotman, Corbyn, and Vincent Alexander, to speak out more often, to call press conferences, to hold GCOM accountable. You can't remain silent for years, and then coming down to a couple days before elections, we see big news. Guess what? Opposition commissioners walked out, stormed out of GCOM. They stormed out, and we must stand up, right? Because we stupidity. We must stand up and grab them and hug them and tell them good job. So last minute, couple days before elections, the GCOM commissioners decided that they let me walk out now, man. So they said, Corbyn, let me go, Trotman, let me go, and Alexander, all them walking through the door. And they walk through the door of GCOM and walk into the arms of some members of the press and some depressed members of this so-called press. And we walk out here today because we believe that that GCOM is not ready yet for elections. You've said on the all them years, you're not fighting the system. At least we don't know. We haven't seen the evidence that you're fighting the system in a GCOM for changes. When PPP was in the opposition, every day them a fight. Oh, my buddy. Oh, my sister, you watch me here tonight. Every day them a fight. Dottie Ben was fighting every day. Says Gunraj was fighting every day. And Says Gunraj still fighting on behalf of his party, the PPP. Bibi Shadiq, she died now. Every day they were fighting. Every day they get their call press conferences. Every single day they're fighting something to bring out to their supporters to say things not right at GCOM, things that every single day. But how these 3 chaps? 2 of them probably listening right now, the other one probably snoring. What have they done? People have been crying out for these things. But when you talk, Ben Shab this, Ben Shab that. They might as well sing a calypso, make some soca. Ben Shab this, Ben Shab that. Ben Shab this, Ben Shab. You know, people love to cuss, right? Because they find people who probably don't have much up there, they're quick for go, carry on. Ben Shab, carry on. Right? Ben Shab, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But look, so GCOM, the problem should have been fixed years ago. 2, 3, 4 years ago. If we knew what transpired in the 2020 elections, and we did, we know of all the corruptions. We know of the players who were there to help facilitate the corruption. Oh yeah, I know y'all want to read between the lines. I know y'all want to read, y'all want to see my lips as I say. There were people who were there who facilitated with the corrupt process and the rigging of the 2020 elections in so many ways. 61 dead voters, 4,864, so forth and so on. And it goes on. And all of these irregularities in the 2020 elections, this lady, Claudette Swing, just like she sent a letter to Aubrey Norton, the leader of the opposition, the leader of the PNCR, said, no, go to Elections Commission petition. And you know what? The elections petition is a waste of time because they already set up the people them in the court. All over is set up in the court, set up in GDF, set up in the police. All over is set up. So you guys are now hostage in your own country. The minute you do something, they're going to go after you. That is how they want to rule Guyana, with an iron fist. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And some aren't paying attention. Some want to divert attention. Some want to confuse you with all sorts of blah, 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 bum, all every minute. Confusion. You've got to be careful, guys. Now is not the time for confusion. Now is not the time for hypocrisy. Now is the time for you guys to wake up. Do not be fooled, neither be misled. Please do not. I know what I'm saying to you. I know why I'm saying that to you. Do not be fooled, do not be misled. Now, that's this guy, Irfan Ali. Mohammed Irfan Ali. His name is Mohammed. I don't know why he doesn't like to use this name, Mohammed. There's nothing wrong if your name is Mohammed. Nothing is wrong. But Irfan Ali doesn't like to use the name Mohammed. He doesn't. And so you in Guyana, the man who sits there as the president or the so-called president isn't Irfan. How many young people know that he is Mohammed? That this chap here is Mohammed. Just like his friends, the Mohammeds. He is Mohammed too. But you don't want people know that. And so today, if some of you saw that press conference, when Mr. Travis Chase addressed this one here, this Kunumunu, Irfan Ali, Mohammed Irfan Ali, this Kunumunu, this Katahar, this Korhi, this Korhi, this Katahar, Irfan Ali, Mohammed Irfan Ali, turned to Mr. Travis Chase and said to Mr. Travis Chase, how dare you call me Irfan Ali? Address me as president. I'm like, this guy couldn't be serious. This Paku couldn't be serious. Who is going to tell me that I have to address you as president? What? Katahar? Korhi? Right away, he'd want me sing one of my favorite chutney songs. It's called Kaki and Kaka. Because that is what they are. And they want people to respect them. Huh? Kaki and Kaka wants people to respect them? You got to be kidding me, guys. Some of you guys, I'm not making this thing up. I'm not making this thing up at all. I'm just not. And I wouldn't fool you guys. You guys saw that, right? You guys saw that yourself. Forced, and he was trying to intimidate not Gordon Mosey, was it Travis Chase, to address him as Mr. President. You guys, come on. You guys think Guyana is living in Guyana? Y'all think it's easy? I know some of you guys have left Guyana for a long, long time. And let me say this to all you. The Guyana all you left for a long, long time is not the same Guyana right now. It is not the same. And if you guys think that the Guyana that is there right now that y'all left all them years ago is not the same, what about some of y'all who never visit Guyana, never went on the ground in Guyana? Y'all could just imagine, right? All you could just imagine. That is why sometimes you got to learn from the people on the ground and understand the culture, understand the system. It's not just easy. It might be easy to pronounce or have an opinion. But sometimes it's difficult to have an opinion when you don't understand the culture of the people on the ground. The big thing. You know, anyways, Kaki and Kaka, a lot of you heard me talking about Kaki and Kaka. Y'all think I'm kidding? Look, Kaki and Kaka, they're right there. We'll take a quick break so you guys could learn about Kaki and Kaka.
There's call your father small brother your Kaka, and there's call his wife your Kaki. So here what happened with my... Well, you know, on the Indian side, there's call your father small brother your Kaka, and there's call his wife your Kaki. So here what happened with my Kaki and Kaka. My Kaki and my Kaka, that I don't know what to do. I send a man to the grave, I tell him to dig too. But the man so bold, he only dig one hole and tell me to put my Kaki in my Kaka hole.
You know, this is the song they should play on the inauguration day, the so-called inauguration day on Sunday. This is the song they should play on inauguration day because this is what Guyana will be like.
You want to put my Kaki in my Kaka hole, put my Kaki inside my Kaka hole. I want to see.
All right, so you guys earlier thought that I was kidding when I mentioned about that song, right? I wasn't kidding you guys. And so this is Kaki and Kaka. This is Kaki and Kaka. And you got an explanation about who is Kaki and who is Kaka. In the event that you missed that explanation, here it is again.
Well, you know, on the Indian side, there's called your father small brother your Kaka, and there's called his wife your Kaki.
So on the Indian culture, your small brother on your father's side, they just call him Kaka, and they just call his wife Kaki. So look, your small brother, son, and his wife sitting right there. Anyways, my name is Mark Benchap. Welcome to Straight Up. It's Friday night, right? And these people claim that they've already counted. So they claim that they've counted. They claim that they've won the elections. They're going to run. They're going Kaki and Kaka going to run, and they're going to be sworn in. And in all of this, you're not seeing that other one, Mark, whatever his name is, Mark Phillips, Mark House Phillips. You're not seeing them. You're only seeing Kaki and Kaka. Anyways, my name is Marky, right? Oh, Father, we gotta put a smile on our face, But Guyana is so corrupt. It is so corrupt sometimes. I don't know what to say. And people are taken for granted so much. They are taken for granted so much. That is what's happening. And everybody has an opinion. Tell you this, I know this, I tell you this. Everybody's being confused. Do not be confused, guys. Melissa Jonas, how are you? Do not be confused. What else is happening? What else you guys want us to talk about tonight before we go? You heard what AFC, according to a source, what AFC did. The guys them come in the ballot boxes and they a G come there and Nigel used their run through the side door and said to Claudette, saying, look, we end up on the recounting. We withdrawn. We end up on the no more. Right? But we're going to talk about our experience in the general and regional elections. Well, so if there's not something else. Well, them guys in AFC, them ain't going back. You ain't going to see them. They're going to just retire. Nigel Hughes going to just sit down at his law firm, thing, make a little money, represent a little company them, and he's all right. That's it. You think they get time? They're done. Nigel Hughes, the AFC done. They're done with y'all. Be careful, politicians who come by and they say they like y'all, and then they're done with y'all. They're done with y'all. You know how many this overnight politicians and so, you know how many of them are done with y'all? They're done with y'all. Small parties and things, they're done with y'all. But come elections time, next elections time, they're going to pop up. Local government elections time, all manner of things. They're going to pop up. What's happening in your neck of the woods, guys? What else is bothering y'all? Back to blackout, back to corruption, back to discrimination, racial discrimination, economic genocide. We're back to all of these things, all back to square one again. And so people just want you to sit back and just accept things, accept the results, accept the fact that the election is free and fair. I don't know where they get that evidence from. I don't know how people are so brave to tell you guys who are experiencing it on the ground to accept the results. I can't tell you that. I don't know how some people could tell you to move on. Hey, get up, move on, go. They wouldn't move on, They wouldn't go. They would stand up back and abuse. They want to tell you to move on, right? Y'all got to be strong, guys. Here's what I want to tell you guys now. In the midst of a struggle, in the midst of a battle, you do not publicly call for the general to be removed. Because when you call for the general to be removed, guess what? You give the opponents ammunition to go after you and your soldiers them. And you weaken your soldiers them in the process when you launch a public attack against your general. It is a psychological warfare that you have created there, and you have placed doubts, and you weaken your supporters' situation. You weaken them. They no longer have the strength. And so there's always a better way. In the midst of a battle, I'm not talking long after battle, then you want to call for the general to go and these are, but in the midst of a battle, you do not do it. Some people may have done it because of political expediency, or they just want to sound nice. Or just want to be, or to say that they're the first to tell you that the general has to go. And let the general go now. I disagree with that call. because you do not call for the general to go in the midst of a crisis. You do not call for the general to go in the midst of a battle. Allow the battle to be over. Then settle your scores privately. And of course, there will be some public pronouncements as well, but not in the midst of a battle. You weaken your soldiers. You weaken your side. And guess what? You allow your opponents them to move in on you. And that can be deadly. I'm sure you guys read between the lines what's going on there, right? I'm sure you read between the lines. And so those who are calling for Aubrey Norton to go now in the midst of a battle, regardless of how you feel. And now, you know, Aubrey and I have known him, Mr. Norton. I've known him, and I've known him for quite a while. We have our little ups and downs, yeah. That's a fact. But how are you going to call for him to go right now to appease the PPP, to appease the political enemies them? At some point in time, he has to go. But is now the right time? No. And who decides when he goes from when he doesn't go? The leadership of his party, the members of his party. Now, I could have an opinion, don't get me wrong, but it is his party's leadership and its members. The members will have to make that decision. You don't throw a monkey wrench in the midst of a battle. You don't do that. It's bad political strategy. Bad. Now, haven't we learned? Now, somebody said, because I was a little boy during Burnham time, little boy running around the quarantine, eating dry coconut and sugar. Those of you from the quarantine will know dry coconut and sugar, right? The founder leader of the People's National Congress. And I've noticed the PPP guys try to pull a swing to say that the PNC came from the PPP. They may have a point. But to correct them, had it not been for people like Burnham, they would not have been a PPP. Because Burnham was one of the founding fathers of the PPP. So all y'all were jumping up and thinking about PPP. Burnham helped found the PPP. So if Burnham take half of he PPP and gone with he half, and Jagan take he half, Burnham took his portion, that's it. And he changed the name to PNC. Burnham took his portion. So yeah, I don't want to hear, but the PNC come from Burnham carry he portion because his Burnham helped form the PPP. While Chetty Jagan was leader, Burnham was chairman of the PPP. I don't know what to say anymore. But before Burnham died, some of his own supporters used to cuss you out. It's only because of social media and them things that we couldn't hear, you know. After all what Burnham did for the country, all Burnham did, all of the infrastructure, most of them, they're still there, the bridges, the roads, all these things, the schools and all these things, and then still, of course, Burnham by how. And of course, I've noticed Ann Lewis said, eloquent speak. Of course, none of them in Guyana come close to Burnham speaking. None, not one of them, not one. Not a single one of them. Not one. Not one of them. Not a single one of them. So the Burnham, they had a lot to say Burnham before he died. Somebody said, well, you know, Burnham died unhappy. The opportunities that was given. Anyways, I ain't gonna say much more on that issue. But every single elections in Guyana, after every single elections in Guyana, every single one of the leaders get costs. And we know that too. Hoyt didn't even, the die wasn't settled yet in 1992 costs. He did see that. Of course, I had my views about Mr. Hoyt, but it was long after the elections. But the man was on his dying bed in a hospital in Brooklyn. And people wanted him, go, die. I can tell you guys some personal stories, but some things are better left unsaid. I'm not one of them who just spill things over just like that. I just don't do that, okay? I'll be off in a minute. All right? Good. Yeah. So how many of you guys, some of you guys probably weren't born as yet. But that's my height. That's my height. This. And then that's my passade. And look what he make me live in. And look how he this. And look, when he was in Brooklyn, I know I walked around Brooklyn with him. Okay, they got some guys. Now you want to see them want not me. This is a letdown. He's a this. Oh gosh, but yeah, you think y'all easy? Anyways. One of these days in a book, I'll tell you guys some more stories. I keep promising you guys, I'll tell you all some more stories. Then after Mr. Hoyt died in 2002, December 18th, 19 or sometime then, Mr. Corbyn took over. Then the news was, Corbyn is the man for them, buddy. Mr. Corbyn is the man for them. Mr. Corbyn gonna deal with them. Yeah. There's the man. Then not so long after, Corbyn started get cussed. Then there was the 2006 elections. He didn't perform well. Because, of course, the PPP was rigging elections. Right? The PPP was rigging elections. And so, after the 2000 elections, guess who started get cussed? Corbyn started get cussed now. Mr. Corbyn started get cussed. That he's a weak leader. You got to go. Man, look what happened. Now the PNC never. Oh, gosh. Hey, you think y'all PNC people easy to get along with? Y'all don't make joke with y'all leaders, you know. Every minute y'all leaders slip and fall down a little bit, y'all make sure y'all niggas stay right there on the ground. Y'all don't make, hey, y'all PNC people don't make joke, you know. Audrey Braithwaite or Braffett, Sandra Steele and Audrey Brung and Cyril Walker, you think them PNC people easy when they come to the leaders? Them ain't easy at all. Meanwhile, the PPP accepting and licking their wounds when their leaders fall down and helping their leaders to pick them up, embracing their leaders no matter how corrupt their leaders are. You think them in no Jagir corrupt? You think them in no Irfan Ali corrupt? You think them in no? And PNC people seem to be more willing to embrace oppressors and people who don't care or who don't have a history of doing anything for them. Embrace them and run wrong with them to vote for them in election. Honestly, you think the PNC people easy? And so Corbyn got cussed. So till they get a new sheriff on the block in the name of David Arthur Granger. Yeah. There's we buy. You got this. Oh yeah. And then he started get cussed too. He started get abused out too. And even more so after the 2020. Oh gosh, oh this, oh that, oh this. Oh, he's a Thai soldier. Oh, he's a this. Oh, he's a that. And now, some of the criticisms are justified. Don't get me wrong. Whether it's Corbyn, whether it's, we leave President Burnham out of this. Whether it's Hoyt, whether it's Corbyn, whether it's Granger, some of the criticisms are justified. But do you see the PPP dashing their corrupt leaders under the bus? Do you see that? Do you see it happening? I don't know, man. I don't know. And so here what happened now. Hyde get cussing. Corbin get cussing. Granger get cussing. And guess who getting cussed now? Let me see if y'all know. Not me. Guess who getting cussed now? I get it. Me got a cuss. Every day them a cuss me, man. They feel nice cussing. They feel good cussing. Guess who they cussing now? Let me see. I'm reading your comments here, guys. Guess who they cussing? Gail, come to the front of the class. Vanetta Timor, come to the front of the class. Carol DZ, or guess who they cussing now? Patricia Wren Cheeseman. Guess, come on quickly, guys. Y'all come downstairs. We ain't gonna fall asleep though. We ain't gonna snore. Y'all got it right. Let me see a couple more of y'all. Guess who they cussing now? Cussing Aubrey Compton Norton. This thing seems to be, I don't know, it seems to be a pattern with these PNC guys. All them leaders they cuss. Like I said, we leave Burnham out of this. Every one of the leaders, Hite was this, Hite sell out the elections, he sell them out Guy Corbin, Carter Center. Hite is a sellout. He named Desmond Passad. Yeah, I think it's easy. Yeah, hey, yeah, being a PNC leader ain't easy, you know, right? As Melami, being a PNC leader ain't easy. If y'all ain't get it right, elections time, if y'all fall down next elections time, it's bare licks pon y'all. Licks. Sometimes the elections ain't even over yet and licks start pass. And so, it is no different right now. They start cuss Aubrey Compton Norton. All the time, all them leaders get cussed by. Oh, all them leaders get cussed. And the thing is it though, is that they don't wait until elections done to start the cussing, you know. The elections counting over yet, and Aubrey Compton Norton done getting cussed. But you know, people was cussed back too. So cuss get cussed back is bare cussing. Bare abuse out. And the thing is tonight I'm asking, when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? When these PNC people, I know here, the other thing with the PNC people, here who are PNC people? I'm a supporter. I'm not a member of the party or anything, right? Not a member. But they get people who say that they are PNC members and they never had a membership card in the entire life. If you are serious about being members of any of the PNC, let me give you all a free advice. I'm an immigration consultant, but I'll be a political consultant tonight now. Let me give you all a little bit of advice. If y'all want to see your party grow and your party becomes stronger, but then y'all have to become bona fide members of your party. Y'all have to join your party. Y'all have to have membership of your party. You have to pay your membership dues, and you have to participate in the decision-making process. You can't sit down from afar or wherever, never held a membership card, and call yourself a member. Do you think the PPP operate like that? You know how many of them get party cards? You know how many of them paying the dues? Making sure that they give their donation, pay the dues? But some of them people calling themselves PNC member, ask them if they ever sign up to become a member. You're a member through talk, through words. But actions, guys, actions. Action, pay up your membership due and all them things. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. And so I heard my good friend, former Minister of Finance, calling for the resignation of Aubrey Norton in the midst of a recount process and there hasn't been an official declaration of the elections, to call for his resignation at this point in time is premature. At some point in time, we'll probably be hearing lots of that discussion. Now is not the right time. It weakens the support base of the PNC at this time. But at some point in time, I'm sure they will address that issue at the proper forum. And maybe some of us will have our opinion then publicly. But now is not the time, Mr. Jordan. We love you. We appreciate you as a man who knows the numbers. But I think this time you pulled the wrong number. It's not the right time to pull that number. All right, so it's 17 minutes after. I've said what I have to say, and I'm out of here. It's Friday night, and I'm going Bamba Mali. I don't know about you guys. Have a good weekend and safe weekend. Continue to pray for Guyana. Wayne Caesar should be on tomorrow, right here on 107.1 FM. Over to you. All of you are great people. We disagree sometimes, we agree, but that's the nature of democracy. Not everything that I say you guys would agree with. That is why I oftentimes say it's my opinion. And again, my opinion is the 2025 elections were rigged. The PPP rigged the elections. Too many persons spent their monies to buy votes all around. You cannot have a functioning democracy when you are not free to vote as a result of policies. People vote because they were paid and they were given all manner of inducements. That's not a real democracy. You can't run a country like that. It's called manipulating and controlling the masses. And oftentimes it's those 2% individuals who have access to the resources, who have access to billions and millions of dollars. They use it to their advantage, in order to disadvantage the populace. Guyana will bounce back. Because remember, God doesn't sleep. Guyana will bounce back. I'm an optimist. But I'm out of here for now. God bless you. And have a great weekend. If you're celebrating your birthday today, tomorrow, yesterday, if you celebrated it, or if you have a birthday that's coming up, we here at 107.1 FM want to wish you a happy birthday and many, many more to come. Or a happy anniversary, or whatever it is that you're celebrating. Or if you're going through some sort of loss in the family, our condolences to you. God bless you. So long.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public face, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up.
Well, you know on
people fed
the
up.
side, they call your father small brother your kaka, and they call his wife your kaki. So here what happened with my kaki and kaka. Me kaki and me kaka, that I don't know what to do. I send a man to the grave, I tell him to dig too. But the man so bold, he only dig one hole and tell me to put my kaki in my kaka hole. Put my coffee inside my caca hole.
know, I'm glad she doesn't understand, but she loves to come to say hi to you guys and good night and so forth. But I'm just glad she doesn't understand the lyrics. That's Emma. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that she doesn't understand the lyrics, but she just loves to, at the end of the program, to say good night to you guys. Thank you.
I want to see the hole that he dig. I want to see the hole that he dig. Cause he only telling me that my caca hole real big. Put my cocky in my caca hole. Put my cocky inside my caca hole.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
So my relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, he is a friend.
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. A quick one for you. And the last time I said that, somebody came up to me and said, man, you little bias. Erection is a man thing, what happened to the women. So I got a woman thing for you. And hear me, from the moment she slime up till you get caught up, we gonna take care of you. Thank you.